Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we have the Chicago Cubs at 4-3 hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks at 4-4 in Game 2 of this 3-game set at Wrigley Field. For our starting lineups today, as soon as they pop up, we are going to see that the Diamondbacks are going to start out with a lineup of Starling Marte leading off, followed by Nick Ahmed, Kettle Marte, Escobar at third, Kelly at catcher, Cole Calhoun in right field, Cron at first, Peralta in left, and Luke Weaver, the pitcher for the Diamondbacks. For the Cubs, we have Jason Hayward leading off, playing in right field, followed by the red-hot Fletcher, batting second and playing second. He had a grand slam in yesterday's game to help put that one away. Rizzo batting third, Baez fourth. The left fielder Schwarber batting fifth. Bryant batting sixth, Contreras seventh. Almora is eighth, and the pitcher Quintana is in the ninth spot. Quintana looked very sharp in his first game out. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and earning the win in that opening start for him. This will be his second start of the season, today against the Diamondbacks. It is 42 degrees and the wind is blowing in from center field, 11 miles an hour. We'll see how that affects the play of the game. And here we go, 0-1 count. And there's a line drive to center field. That's going to go over Almora's head in center field. And Marte is going to lead off this game with a triple. He is going to motor all the way around to third base. And he will slide in safe underneath the throw. So Marte leads off the game with a triple. That'll bring up the shortstop Ahmed with nobody out and a runner on third. 0-1 count. Here's a ground ball to second. Fletcher takes the sure out at first, allowing the run to score. He does not even attempt to throw home. Diamondbacks take the lead 1-0. Now there is 1 out and nobody on for the other Marte, Kettle Marte, batting now with a full count. Here's the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss on a fastball for strike 3. 2 down now. Quintana looking in to Escobar with a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. And he induces a ground ball to second, Fletcher to Rizzo to retire the side. The Diamondbacks get 1 hit and score 1 run and lead the game 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Hayward will now bat with a full count. Here is the pitch. And Hayward hits it on the ground. The third baseman ranges over to get it, fires to first to retire Hayward to lead off the game. Fletcher now will bat with 1 out and nobody on. 1-1 count. Fletcher hits it high in the air to right center field. That is going to be caught on the warning track, but he really gave it a ride. I think the wind might have knocked that one down just a bit. It was a very high fly ball. Rizzo now will bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the pitch. Rizzo hits it on the ground to second. Marte over to first to retire the side. Cubs go down in order, trail the Diamondbacks 1-0, going to the top of the second inning. Quintana will now pitch to Carson Kelly, with a 1-2 count. Carson Kelly hits it right up the middle on a line to get a single. Fletcher didn't even really have a play on that one. Kelly is standing on first with nobody out, and Cole Calhoun the batter. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss on a fastball that was down and in. Cole Calhoun is the second strikeout victim of the day for Quintana. And that will bring up Kevin Cron, the Diamondbacks' first baseman today. 3-0 count. And Quintana misses with ball 4, although he's not very happy. I don't know if that missed down, maybe. So now the Diamondbacks have 2 men on and 1 out, and Peralta, the batter. 3-1 count. He hits it on the ground. Fletcher to Baez to Rizzo for the inning-ending double play. 4-6-3. And Quintana is able to escape any further damage and retire the Diamondbacks in the top of the second inning. Baez now leading off the bottom of the second for the Cubs with an 0-1 count and a pitch. Ground ball to short. Fires to third. Baez is out by several steps. Brings up Schwarber with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 count to Schwarber. Here is the pitch. A little nubber out in front of the plate. The catcher, Kelly, pops up and fires it to first, and Cron makes the catch, squeezes it for the out. Bryant now will bat with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 count to Bryant. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. That one was about eye high, and Weaver just got him to chase it. Went right up the ladder with him. Quintana will now pitch to Luke Weaver in the top of the third inning. Full count to Weaver. Weaver swings and misses on an inside fastball. And Quintana will now pitch to Marte with a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Baez to his right, throws to Rizzo, second out. Ahmed will now bat with 2 out and nobody on. 3-1 count. Quintana throws that one inside, and Ahmed is not fooled by it. He lets it sail by for ball 4. Marte now, the batter, with a 1-1 count, and he pops it up to right field. Hayward is going to range over to his right and get under it for the third out. 1 runner, but no runs are scored, and the Diamondbacks are retired in the top of the third inning. Contreras, the number 7 hitter, will lead off the bottom of the third for the Cubs. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. High fly ball to left center field. That doesn't have quite an... Oh, it does. It lands in the basket. I thought the wind was going to knock that down. But Contreras just clears the wall at 393 feet. Peralta looked like he was tracking it and thought he had a play, but it came down right over his head in the basket now. 2-2 count to Almora. He strikes out. And as the Diamondbacks go around the horn, the pitcher Quintana is going to come up to bat. Quintana with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses for the second out. Hayward now the batter with a tie game. At the bottom of the third inning, 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Hayward hits it into the gap in left center field. He is going to have a single. Hayward makes a big turn, but stops at first. Hayward standing on first base now, and Fletcher, the batter, with 2 outs and 1 man on. 2-1 count to Fletcher. Here's the pitch. He hits it into left field. That is going to drop in front of the left fielder. The throw goes to third. Hayward is not able to advance any further. He stops at second. Cubs now have a little something going with 2 out and 2 on. And Rizzo, the batter, in the bottom of the third. 1-1 count to Rizzo. And Rizzo is hit by the pitch. Rizzo just didn't get out of the way. He stood right in there and took it. And so he gets to go down to first, which loads the bases. Baez now the batter with 2 outs and a runner on every base. 1-2 count to Baez. Baez swings and misses on a pitch that was low and away. Well, the Cubs do score a run and tie the game on the Contreras home run. Go to the top of the fourth now. 1-1. 1-2 count. And that is going to untie the game, as that is in the left field seats. Schwarber looks up, but it is gone. Escobar just hit a home run to down the left field line. And the Diamondbacks now lead 2-1. Kelly is now the batter with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he hits it to right center field. Is the wind going to knock that one down? No. That one also lands in the basket. Back-to-back home runs for the Diamondbacks. They are now up 3-1. Quintana is getting roughed up here a bit in the top of the fourth inning. Calhoun, the batter. Quintana with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. He hits it up the middle. Baez is there. Fields throws to first to retire Calhoun for the first out. Quintana needed that one, I think, to get his bearings back a little bit. Now he's got one out, and Cron, the batter, with a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. And he strikes Cron out on an outside fastball. Good pitch selection right there by Quintana. Here's the batter Peralta with 2 outs, nobody on. The Diamondbacks owners of a 3-1 lead. Full count. And the pitch. A fly ball to left field. Schwarber comes in. It looks like he's going to make the... Oh, Schwarber drops it out in left field. There is no excuse for that. Schwarber had a bead on it. He was standing right there. It just popped out of his glove. Peralta, in a heads-up base running play, makes it all the way to second. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Weaver, with 2 outs and a runner on second. Weaver hits it up the middle. Baez dives. He gets it. But all he's able to do is stop it from getting into center field. He does not have a play, as the pitcher was already just a couple steps from first when he was ready to throw. Wisely, Baez hangs on to it. The Diamondbacks now have first and third and 2 out, and Quintana really laboring to get out of this inning. Marte now the batter. Here's the pitch. He hits it up the middle. That's going to drive in another run. The runner from third scores. The throw goes to third to prevent the runners from advancing. Marte has a RBI single. The Diamondbacks are now up 4-1. Ahmed is the batter. And here is the pitch. He hits it up the middle for another base hit. The runner on third, Weaver, he is coming around. He is going to go all the way home, and he is going to score. The throw comes home, but it is late. And that'll be it for Quintana, with the Diamondbacks now having scored 4 runs and Quintana failing to get out of the fourth inning. Let's check the box score quick. Quintana, 3 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. He would stand to lose the game at this time. McGill is going to be the relief pitcher against Marte, with the other Marte standing on second and Ahmed standing on first. Still 2 outs, and the Schwarber error looms large in this inning. Full count. Here's the pitch. McGill comes to the plate. He loses him. He walks him on a pitch low and in. That'll bring up Escobar with an 0-2 count and the bases loaded. Full count. Here's the pitch. And Escobar is walked. That'll force in a run. The Cubs pitching is really struggling here in the 5th inning. Carson Kelly now the batter with 2 outs. The bases still loaded. 0-2 count. Miguel comes to the plate, and that is hard hit to left field, but Schwarber is there to make the play and get the 3rd out. It's unfortunate he couldn't make that play about 6 batters earlier, but that's the way it works out sometimes. Schwarber now, with a chance to redeem himself, will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Luke Weaver starting his 4th inning of work for the Diamondbacks with a 1-0 count. Schwarber hits it high to right field. That's going to have plenty of time for the right fielder to get under it, and Calhoun makes the catch for the 1st out. Bryant now the batter. With 1 out, nobody on, 0-2 count. Bryant strikes out swinging on the fastball. Contreras will now be the batter with 2 outs and nobody on, 1-2 count. Contreras looks, here's the pitch. Another strikeout. Weaver looks really sharp in this bottom of the 4th inning. That retires the Cubs in order. We go now to the top of the 5th with the Diamondbacks owners of a 6-1 lead. 3-1 count to Calhoun. Here is the pitch, and that is inside, and That'll prompt David Ross to bring in a new pitcher, Jeffress. Jeffress is going to pitch to Cron with nobody out and a runner on first. McGill's line for the game, he only recorded 1 out, walked 3 batters, and he is relieved by Jeffress. Here is Cron. 1-2 count with the pitch. And he makes an excellent pitch, a sinker at the knees, and Cron is struck out looking. Jeffress now will pitch to Peralta, still with a runner on first and 1 out. 2-0 count. Up the middle, Fletcher, to Baez, to Rizzo, inning-ending double play. Excellent work by Jeffress to induce the double play. The Cubs get out of the inning with no runs scored and still trail this game 6-1. Almora now the batter against Luke Weaver. Weaver has looked very sharp through 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, and 6 strikeouts. Bottom of the 5th now, 0-2 count to the batter. And a pop-up to the first base side. The first baseman, Cron, chases it over toward the wall, and he puts it away for out number 1. The pitcher, Jeffress, will now be allowed to bat for himself in the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 count to Jeffress. And that's hit up the middle. It is going to be playable for the center fielder, and Marte puts it away for the 2nd out. Hayward now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Cubs down by 5. Here's an 0-1 pitch. High fly ball to left field. Easy play for the left fielder Peralta, and Hayward is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. Jeffress now will begin his 2nd inning of work, pitching to the opposing pitcher Weaver. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Strikes him out on an inside sinker down at the knees. Good pitch there by Jeffress to retire Weaver, and that'll bring up Marte with 1 out and nobody on. Full count to Marte. Here's the pitch. An outside pitch that he punches over towards second. Fletcher fields, throws to Rizzo to retire Marte. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Nobody on. Ahmed will now bat. 1-0 count. Jeffress with the pitch. Hit on the ground, Bryant fields, throws to Rizzo, and that'll retire the side. 1-2-3. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Cubs trailing 6-1. Fletcher the batter now against the pitcher Weaver. Weaver has looked very sharp today. 2-1 count to Fletcher with the pitch. He hits it into left field on a line, but it drops. I'm really surprised. I thought that Peralta was going to run up and catch that, but he stopped short and played it on a hop. Took the safe play rather than trying to lay out and make the out. Fletcher is now on first. Rizzo is batting in the bottom of the 6th inning with nobody out, runner on first. 2-2 count. Rizzo hits it over the first baseman's head. That's going to drop into right field. Fletcher had to hold up. He wasn't sure if that was going to fall in or not. But Rizzo with a 2nd single, and now the Cubs have a little something going with Baez up. Runners on first and second and nobody out. Weaver with a 1-0 count, pitching to Baez. Here it comes. That's going to get over the infield, just barely over the second baseman's head, which will load the bases for Kyle Schwarber. So the Cubs have gotten 3 straight singles, none of which have been particularly hard hit, but they have the bases loaded with nobody out. Schwarber now the batter against the right-hander Weaver. First pitch to Schwarber. Here it comes. He hits it on the ground to first, to second, back to first. That is a 3-6-3 double play. The Cubs do score a run, but there are now 2 out, And the runner Rizzo advances to third. Bryant will now bat with a chance to potentially cut into this lead a little more. 2-2 count to Bryant with the pitch. Bryant is hit by the pitch. I don't know if he leaned into that one a little bit maybe, but took one for the team, and he's standing on first base now. This brings up Contreras. 2 men on, 2 men out. Cubs down 6-2, bottom of the 6th. Full count to Contreras with the pitch. Contreras hits it high to right field. This is going to be playable, and that's going to retire the side. Kind of a medium depth fly ball, and the Cubs do score 1 run, cut into the Diamondbacks' lead. It is now 6-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Jeffress will now come back for his 3rd inning of relief, and he will face the middle of the Diamondbacks order, the 3-4-5 batters. 0-1 pitch. Jeffress gives up a single to center field. Almora runs in to cut it off, fires it back into the infield. Marte really has no chance to advance to second on that hit. He'll bring up Escobar, and the lefty White will now come in to pitch to face the righty Escobar, the switch hitter Escobar, who's going to hit from the right side. Jeffress, for his line, through 2 innings, 2 scoreless innings, with 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit allowed. Good work by Jeffress, holding the game right where it was. White will now bat and attempt to get out of the inning. 2-2 count, nobody out, top of the 7th inning. That's going to be a base hit down the right field line. It drops in. The runner hesitates. I didn't think that was really in question, but he's going to advance all the way to third now. The throw comes into third late. That'll be a single for Escobar. Marte advances all the way to third, and the catcher, Carson Kelly, will now bat against White with nobody out and runners in the corners. 1-2 count. Ground ball to Bryant. To second. To first. They turn the double play. However, the Diamondbacks do score a run. Bryant didn't even look home. He just went straight for the double play. 5-4-3. Calhoun will now bat with nobody out, 1 run in, and nobody on base, and 2 out in the top of the 7th inning. Full count to Calhoun. Here's the pitch. And he is struck out looking. He did not like that call at all. Has a few sideways words for the umpire on the way back to the dugout. Well, Almora will now bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. We want to give a big thank you to William Shatner for singing the 7th inning stretch. Almora now will stand in with an 0-2 count. And he strikes out swinging. Weaver with an excellent pitch low and away to fool Almora. Kipnis will now be brought in as the pinch hitter. Kipnis standing in against Weaver with 1 out and nobody on. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. He hits a ground ball to second. This is going to be routine. Throw to first, retires Kipnis. And that is the 2nd out of the inning. Hayward now the batter in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And Hayward strikes out looking. He got a fastball on a 2-2 count. I don't know what he was looking for, but apparently it wasn't the fastball. And the Cubs go down in order in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th now. Cam Bedrosian is the new relief pitcher after the pinch hitter Kipnis was used in the last half of the inning. He will pitch to Cron, facing the 7, 8, and 9 batters here in the top of the 8th. Full count to Cron. Bedrosian with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball there that he threw right past Cron. That'll bring up Peralta with 1 out and nobody on. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. And he loses him. Ball 4, misses low. Peralta walks down to first. We will have a pinch hitter now for the pitcher Weaver. Walker, Christian Walker is the pinch hitter. He will bat from the right side against the right-hander Bedrosian. Here's the pitch. He hits it on a line at center field that goes over Almora's head. The runner is going for third. The batter stops at second. So the Diamondbacks now have one out. Walker on second, Peralta on third, and Marte up to bat. I wonder if this would be a spot where you would consider intentionally walking Marte to pitch the next batter, Ahmed. Would set up the potential inning double play. Here's a 1-2 count. That is hit hard to right field. Hayward is there. He gets it back quickly into the infield. It's a close play at home, but he is safe. And David Ross wants to come out and argue that call. He feels like that runner was out at home. But the umpire isn't hearing any of it. Bedrosian allows another run to score on the sacrifice fly. The Diamondbacks are now up 8-2. There's a runner on second, 2 out, and Ahmed is the batter. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. And it's an inside fastball for ball 4. Well, the force out is in order now with the other Marte batting with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Full count. Here's the pitch. Up the middle for another base hit. Is that going to score the run? Almora is very slow getting it back into the infield. The runner scores easily without a throw. Ahmed advances to third on the RBI single, and that'll bring up the pinch hitter Scott Vogt. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Fletcher Fields throws to first, and that'll retire the Diamondbacks in the top of the 8th. Cubs are now trailing 9-2 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And their big stick, Fletcher, is coming in to lead off the Cubs half of the 8th against the relief pitcher, right-hander Kevin McCanna. 2-0 count to Fletcher with the pitch. Hard hit to right field. That is in the air an awful long time, and it's going to give the right fielder time to recover and get to it. Calhoun puts it away for the first out. Rizzo now the batter with a 1-2 count, 1 out. Rizzo hits it on a soft line right at Cron at first base, and he puts it away for the second out. Baez now the batter with a 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. Baez hits it hard to straightaway center field. I believe there's going to be room to field this one, and the center fielder Marte hauls it in for the final out. The Cubs half of the 8th is over. Still 9-2 Diamondback lead going to the top of the 9th. And that'll bring in a new relief pitcher, Birdie now, for the Cubs. He will pitch to the Diamondbacks catcher, Kelly, with a 1-2 count. And strike 3 looking. Excellent pitch by Birdie on the outside corner to strike out the catcher, Kelly. Calhoun now will bat with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. 3-1 count with the pitch. And Birdie misses outside. He tried to get him to chase one outside the zone, but Calhoun was not biting. Cron now the batter. Runner on first and 1 out. 2-0 count. And that is hard hit to left field. That's going to drop in for another base hit. The runner stops at second as the throw goes to third. Peralta now the batter. Diamondbacks have a little situation going here again with 2 outs and 2 on and 1 out in the top of the 9th. Full count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be another base hit to left field. That is going to... Oh, no. Schwarber is actually able to get in and catch that one. He makes the second out. I didn't think he was going to get there in time, but Schwarber does in fact make the play. That is 2 outs now for the Diamondbacks and 2 men on in the top of the 9th. Full count now. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Birdie works his way out of the jam. Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Cubs have 3 outs remaining and trail 9-2. Cubs will send up the 5, 6, 7 batters, leading off with Kyle Schwarber. With an 0-2 count, here is the pitch. Schwarber hits it hard to straightaway center field. The wind is going to knock this one down, and the center fielder, Marte, makes the catch. Anywhere else, that might have been a home run, but he hit that directly into that wind blowing in the center. Bryant now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 1-0 pitch. Bryant hits it on the ground to third. Escobar with the play across to first base. Oh, Lamb is at third now. He was a defensive sub at some point. But Bryant grounds out nonetheless, and the Cubs are down to their final out in the form of Wilson Contreras. 1-1 count to Contreras with the pitch. And Contreras is hit by the pitch. He was crowding the plate a little bit. McKenna was not happy about that and hit him right in the side. Almora now will bat. Cubs down by 7 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Contreras standing on first. Here's the pitch. He has a base hit to the gap in right center field. That goes all the way to the wall. Contreras is heading for third. He is going to make a big turn and stop at third base. That is a double for Almora. The Cubs now have second and third and 2 out, and Happ will be the pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot against McKenna. He will bat from the left side. 1-2 count to Happ with the pitch. And he hits it hard, but that is going to be an easy play in left field for the left fielder to put it away for the third out. And the Diamondbacks are victorious in the final game of this series, 9-2 over the Cubs. The player of the game is pitcher Luke Weaver. No surprise there. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs both earned, and 8 strikeouts. A very solid performance by Luke Weaver. Quintana takes the loss for the Cubs. He drops to 1-1. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, but only 3 of them earned. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. The Cubs now drop to 4-4, while the Diamondbacks improve their record to 5-4.